The end of the year,
A look back at some of the memorable moments at RHS.
and some of our greatest moments in sports.
And of course, bloopers
All today on
on the air.
I'm Jordan Miller.
And I'm Jake Allen.
It's been a long and crazy year this year at RHS with a wild winter,
Conference championships,
famous visitors to RHS,
exciting field trips,
and much, much more. So let's take a look back at just a few of the memories from the 2013 to 2014 school year at RHS.
It snowed!
Here's why. Because I'm happy. Clap along if you feel like a room without a roof. Because I'm happy. Clap along. Bad boys, what you want, what you want, what you gonna do when Chevy John.
I'm Eric White.
And I'm Flint Cole. Before we get into our next look back, we have some year-end announcements to tell you about. Seniors, remember to check your lunch balance to clear them off before you graduate. Also, for anyone else, remember you can download the new School Bucks app and keep on your school lunch balance on your smartphone. Make sure you have it for next year.
Sophomores and juniors, if you're interested in mentoring freshmen next year, please see Mrs. Van Meter before school's out.
Also, the following students need to see Ms. Van Meter before the end of the year school this week.
Any senior who's given blood 3 or more times is eligible for a red cord. Pick yours up from Miss Legg in the peer helper room or check with the peer helpers at lunch.
Prom pictures are in. If you had your pictures taken at RHS before prom, they are available now in the main office.
Don't forget, as you leave for summer, RHS ebooks are available 24/7. Just go to rhs.access360.baker-taylor.com or see Mrs. Christ in the library for more info.
And finally, if you signed up for summer school, remember you're not officially registered until your fees are paid. Pay your fees in the main office to assure your spot in a summer school class. Also, think about taking an online class this summer to catch up or make up a class you need towards graduation. See your counselor for more information.
Now let's get back to the year that was, especially in sports. We saw a big year with conference championships, spectacular highlights, and more. Here's a look.
3, 2. Kindle, buzzer beater.
Back-to-back NCC champions. Give yourself a hand.
I'm Angel Glickman.
And I'm Kenny Peterbolt.
Those were some great highlights, and remember, if you want to be part of the highlights, you can. If you want to run cross country next fall, make sure to stop by and see Mr. Hitson before the end of the year.
And all returning football players, football conditioning starts Monday. Make sure you're there to prepare for a possible NCC 3P.
And finally, if you're planning on playing any sport next year, make sure to get your sports physical this summer. There are still 2 more dates where you could get a cheap $10 physical at the Reed Orthopedic Center. The next is next week on June 5th, and our last chance is Tuesday, July 29th. Don't forget.
We have a new tradition we're starting. Every year there are a number of seniors who apply to speak at graduation. Chosen one of these students with a different perspective to share her thoughts on our experience at RHS. Represent Annie Agutu.
We sometimes have a narrow view of the world and are very often confined to a small box given to us by society, built with walls of ignorance, closed-mindedness, and prejudice. Take the risk and break down these walls and step out of the box to be able to understand the bigger picture. There's so much more than just our day-to-day interactions with each other in the hallways. As an international student, the experiences I have had here in Richmond have come to me as gifts. I've come to realize that Richmond High School is exactly like High School Musical. You know, beautiful people dancing and singing in the hallways, melodrama for lunch, and I almost forgot the jocks and the theater kids. However, those walls of ignorance, closed-mindedness, and prejudice can only be broken down with the experience of difference and can only be dismantled with the courage to take risks. You don't have to take drastic measures such as move from continent to continent, like, I don't know, move from Africa to the United States. Like, seriously, who does that? It could be anywhere. 5 states away, 5 towns away, or even 5 minutes away. When I first moved to the United States, it felt like the craziest thing I could have done. Many people asked me why and how I did it, but to be honest, it baffled me too. I have now come to realize that the small box I lived in began to crumble when I became more accepting of the differences between people, the differences between cultures, but more significantly, the difference between Kenya and America. I have discovered that when you break away from the familiar, it creates change in yourself that can also change people and context around you. So look at the flags down in the language hallway, the colors and their symbols. They may represent different countries, but they might just as well represent us. With our different personalities and characteristics and talents. So seek out the experiences that will challenge your perspective. Step out of the box.
I'm Jermaine Sharp.
I'm Malik Alexander.
And I'm Jared Sharp. Since this is our last show,
we thought it'd only be fitting if some of our seniors talked about their most memorable moments.
All today on the Air.
My favorite part was filming the prom games with all my friends and everything. It was fun and stuff. Yeah.
My favorite memory was working on the show, hosting a lot, and just being surrounded by wonderful people.
My favorite memory was doing game day during football season. That was like really fun to me, and I really enjoyed myself.
My favorite memory would have to be all the fun I had making my creative ideas come to life on camera. Just hosting, being like kind of famous, 1,500 people kind of thing. Like,
You're not famous.
I enjoyed being up there.
My favorite memory would be getting pied in the face, which I actually just got done doing. And,
that was a lot of fun.
And all I smell right now is whipped cream, and it's in my hair. So that's my favorite memory.
I have to say my favorite memory was when me and this guy and Flint made our movie. I mean, it didn't like really qualify in anything, but it was still fun just making movies with my best friends.
My favorite thing that I did was probably the Doctor Who package, because for anybody that knows me, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan, and I knew that there were some other Whovians, as we like to call ourselves, inside the school, so I figured I'd get some other people's opinions on what they think about the show, and it actually turned out pretty well, so people really liked it, and I thought it was kind of fun to make.
My favorite moment in this class has to be getting pied in the face in this very seat with my best friend, Eric White.
One of my favorite memories in this classroom was doing a follow-up video last year of the video they did a couple years before that. So it was about a rabbit that lives in the Hall of Knowledge that goes around and terrorizes the school. So we did a follow-up video for that, Julian Harvey White and I. We did that, and so that was just a lot of fun to film and come up with ideas for, and just kind of mess around with that. So that was probably my best memory.
As we close our show today, we have one final video. We want to say it's been a great year and share some numbers.
Since we've gone on to uploading our show to YouTube, we thought we shared just how much we've accomplished. Not accounting this show, we've uploaded 140 videos over the course of the year and received 6,497 views.
We've had people from Germany, Italy, and India watch our show, and that's just to name a few of the countries where people have watched us. Our top show was our show of October 4th, which to date has more than 500 views.
It's nice to know that people watch and enjoy, and with that we leave you with one last laugh. here's a look at some of the stuff that didn't make it on this year. Have a great summer.
All today's announcements. On a paddle boat from BB Cruises in Cincinnati, they voted overwhelmingly. Anyone plan?
26 as part of College Go Week. There will be food, games, prizes, and information on how to apply to. Oh God.
Wait, what?
A little farther into the 70s, but remain. Oh.
Have a great day, and don't forget to put pie in a teacher's face.
Yeah, it could be lots of fun.